is it?
It's definitely a craft. I don't know if I would elevate it to an art, but maybe it is. If you're aware of the presentation in any way, then we're not really doing our job right. We should be completely anonymous at the back of the hall, just doing our thing. And you should be just focused on the film entirely. Anything extra means we've added a little something to the mix, which is not what you want, and it's not what the director wants. You've got to go like the clappers with this thing. You've got to rewind quite fast or it winds loose. And if you're new to the job, you don't know when to panic. You don't know what noises are good noises and what are ominous noises and what means the film's just ended up on the floor or what's just a perfectly healthy situation. I had about a few different jobs, but this is the one this is the best, definitely. I did a bit of 16mm projecting, and I used to have an old Super 8 projector. And I saw an advert on a notice board outside the Steps Theatre. Projectionists wanted training given, and I thought, oh, I'll have a bit of that. That sounds great. And I've kind of been doing it ever since, about 25 years now. Not very often at all these days, so you kind of get out of the loop a bit, and you do come in and you're a nervous wreck after a day. This has been a 2.5 week run of this, so it was a little bit stressful to start with until you get used to it. You've forgotten what a normal splice sounds like, you've forgotten what it sounds like if it's starting to unravel and come away. Film never usually breaks these days, but any noise is an unsettling noise when you're out of practice. It's 24 times every second you'll see a flash of a static image. 172,000 static images for a 2-hour feature. Each reel is just under 2,000 foot, and there's 9 reels in the whole feature. But there'll be 3 of these small reels will go into one 6,000 foot, and then you'd have a changeover between the first reel and the second reel, another changeover between the second one and the third one, and epic amounts of rewinding in between for us. So the whole feature comes in at more or less 3 miles of film. I don't know if it is really. He trained in a video shop anyway, didn't he? He started in a video shop. What's he on about? It's 10 years, more than 10 years now, since we've adopted digital. I always sound like I'm being a bit down on digital, but it's different. If you want to be dazzled by lots of detail and spectacular resolution, then digital is brilliant for that. I don't know, maybe 35mm sort of slightly hypnotises you, and digital doesn't. Digital startles you into being overly conscious of what's happening. So it's a different vibe when you're watching the two of them, I think. Sometimes you get a print and it's unrunnable when you get it, and you basically do a little restoration on it. It was one that was satisfying and really frustrating in equal measures. Roman Polanski's Fearless Vampire Killers. I love the film, never thought I'd get a chance to actually see a print of it. And then it came in and it was wrecked, it was an absolute heap. And it took days to repair it. And then we projected it and 7 people came in. From our side of the porthole, it sounded horrific because you could just hear splice after splice running through it. In the cinema, when they're actually sat in the theatre, it was amazing. It was perfect, and it just ran through beautifully. So there's an element of conservator. You know, you can put a few more years' life on a print run. If you were a digital-only venue, then you might not have anyone that was termed a projectionist, because you can schedule a lot of stuff and you can pre-program a lot of stuff. And then if you have an old school venue like this, or if you have a regional film theatre that's always going to be handling 35mm, then you kind of have to have a projectionist one. I sincerely hope anyway, or I have chosen a poor career path.